Maya Angelou once said, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside us. So this untold story, this drive and passion will be unraveled today on this powerful platform. Welcome to She Loves Tech Malaysia 2020. We are participating in She Loves Tech, the world's largest pitching platform for women and women impact entrepreneurs. So if we have been totally blown away by the numbers of entries in our first year of hosting this competition. We have received a mix of wealth tech, health tech, meditech, e-commerce, social enterprises, and of course, the top 9 finalists today. We are grateful to She Loves Tech founders, Ria, Virginia, and this other wonderful person who makes it possible for us to have it in Malaysia today. So we clicked immediately over a phone call, and she showed up the following week, flying in from Singapore to attend an event we did for Women at the Helm. So like they said, the rest is history. So please help me welcome the co-founder of She Loves Tech, Leanne Roberts.
Thank you so much, Karen. It's just like what you have said, you know, it's really been 2 years making in the works, and we're so excited to welcome you to She Loves Tech Malaysia 2020. Wow. First of all, I really want to congratulate all 9 finalists. Congratulations for making it into the finals. As Karen had said, you know, we had a lot of applications, and we have selected the 9 of you to be in our finals for Malaysia. So I thought that I would just share a little bit about She Loves Tech for those who were not as familiar. Let me just share a few slides. Okay, can everyone see my slides? Great. So She Loves Tech, as Karen had said, She Loves Tech really is the world's largest startup competition for women in technology. You know, we started this in 2015, and this year is our 6th year of running She Loves Tech. We started this really because we have found there were amazing women building just the most amazing technologies, and we really wanted to give them a global stage to showcase them, to create visibility, but also to encourage other aspiring entrepreneurs, other women in technology to be able to build businesses themselves. And through the years, we have really seen this happening in many other countries. So we're so excited to finally bring She Loves Tech to Malaysia. We truly believe at She Loves Tech that without women, we are unable to solve some of the world's greatest challenges. So She Loves Tech, our whole entire goal is to help to take women-led, women-impact startups to the next level. We seek out and we accelerate the best entrepreneurs and the best technology for transformative impact. And at She Loves Tech, we are the bridge that connects women and technology. It really takes a village to run She Loves Tech, and I'm so grateful for having a partner like Karen. Karen is one of the most dynamic people that I have met. Like what she said, you know, we connected immediately, and she just has such a passion for women in technology, and without her, we are unable to do this. So thank you so much, Karen. And also thank you to so many people here today, our ambassadors, our mentors, our esteemed judges who Karen will introduce a bit later, and also to our esteemed keynote speaker. So we are so fortunate to just have really this She Loves Tech family here to be able to do this together with us, because it is a lot, and we will not be able to do this without your support. And the extent of it being a lot, we are this year in over 30 countries all around the world. We've had this year alone thousands of startups apply to She Loves Tech, and our startups have raised more than 150 million USD in funding post She Loves Tech. So we're so excited for the 9 of you to be able to pitch, to be able to get visibility through our media partners like E27, to be able to partner with some of our other partners such as AWS, who has so kindly given every single finalist who is pitching today 10,000 USD in AWS credits. And also, you know, as She Loves Tech, in terms of where we aim to be, we are more than just a startup competition. We really create a whole entire global ecosystem, being in 30 countries in 6 continents for women in technology. But secondly, we also champion the best entrepreneurs. We provide workshops, we provide education, and we scale technologies for global impact. And we do this by partnering with our partners, such as our official impact partner, Asian Development Bank Ventures, who have been so kind to us, supporting us since last year. So we're so grateful for the support that we have. We're so grateful for our partners who are really some of the world's largest partners, some of the world's largest organizations. So thank you so much for your support. These are just some of the countries that we are in this year. You know, ever since we started She Loves Tech in 2015, it's just exploded beyond all of us. We started it in one country with one competition, and each year we doubled. In the second year, we went to 4, the next year 8. Last year we went 20, and this year 30 over countries. And we are so happy. We've been planning to have She Loves Tech in Malaysia for a while now. And we can finally bring this to Malaysia. I'm based in Singapore, and it really, because of the proximity, because we are neighboring countries, you know, it's really been my vision to have Malaysia as part of our She Loves Tech list of countries that we are in. So we're so excited to see what else we can do together. So what do we do? So what we're primarily known for is our competition, where everybody is a part of here today. That culminates into our annual conference, which is you know, has global thought leaders in women that speak about women and technology. And we have some of the world's best speakers speaking at our conference. Our past speakers have included Leslie Goh, who is the first CTO and the first woman CTO of the World Bank Group. We've had Jane Sun, who's the CEO of C-Trip. We also have had William Li, the Elon Musk of China, and also the founder of NIO, one of the largest self-driving car companies in the world that's backed by Sequoia. And we've just had so many more. For our global startup competition, we've had guest judges such as Tim Draper, such as Ariel Zuckerberg, who is Mark Zuckerberg's sister. And this year, we are, this is the first year that we're going to be 100% virtual. And even though that we can't see all of you in person, which we are really sad about, but it has given us the opportunity to reach so many more entrepreneurs than we could have ever done before. And also, we can also bring you some of the world's best speakers to our global conference this year. So we're so excited. We will be soon announcing who our conference speakers are. So please follow us on our Instagram, on our LinkedIn, our Facebook pages, our WeChat pages to find out more. And of course, last but not least, you know, She Loves Tech is a community. And we know, I've been a founder myself many times around. And I know that being sometimes a woman in technology can be a very lonely journey. And this is the reason why we need to surround ourselves with the right people who can support us, who can be our biggest cheerleaders, and who can help to promote us to reach higher grounds. So welcome to our She Loves Tech family, to all of you who are pitching today. Congratulations once again for making it this far. I also just want to show you a very short video of our conference last year so you can see, have a feel about what the conference and our global finals is like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to She Loves Tech 2019. You are now a part of the largest women in tech startup competition in the world.
Over 80% of our 70,000 teachers are female, and I just feel fortunate that I'm working with them every day. Today, they are working on this innovative technology platform. The moms, now they feel so happy with this global teaching service that they're able to obtain on a VIP Kit platform.
在很多女性的创业者身上看到很多的闪光的地方，这是不是一个好的创业者？跟他其实是男性、女性没有关系，也不要去贴这样的标签。每个时代都会有自己的创业公司，只不过它用不同的形式在存在。其实今天只需要你，不光是有自己一个 truly believe 的想法，有一个 vision， 你还得有 step by step， 每件事情都做到对的这样的一个执行力。
So this gives you a little of a flavor of what is to come. So I just wanted to very quickly talk about prizes, because I'm sure that's also on the mind of all of our finalists here today. What is to come? So for starters, everybody who pitches here today will receive 10,000 USD in AWS Activate credits. This is going to be valid for 2 years. They will also receive 1 year of AWS business support and 80 credits for AWS self-paced labs. For those of you who don't know, Amazon Web Services provides startup with very low cost and easy to use infrastructure resources designed to help startups grow. And the AWS Activate program really helps to get startups on AWS easily. Also, all of you who are pitching today will receive a huge discount off the E27 Pro membership. The winner of this round, they'll be receiving a media feature on E27. They will also represent Malaysia in our global finals with every single country. And they will join us for a whole 1 week of bootcamp with workshops, with exciting experts coming in with mentorship, and with just some of the world's leading organizations and leaders coming to join us for our bootcamp. So the winner of the global finals will receive USD $15,000 equity-free cash prize, alongside funding opportunities from our partner VCs, such as Teja Ventures, and also very, very special mentorship prizes with some of the world's experts, including Chris Schroeder, and including many, many, many other experts. So we're so excited. So without further ado, I just want to welcome as well our keynote speaker, Serena Shukri. She is the CEO of the Malaysia Digital Economic Corporation, and she has very, very kindly recorded a video for us today. So please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Serena Shukri, CEO of Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, or MDEC. Today, I'm truly honored and proud to be part of the She Loves Tech 2020, the world's largest startup competition for women in technology. Entering its 6th year internationally, She Loves Tech competition has given participants the opportunity to collaborate with industry leaders and ecosystem partners in search of the most promising entrepreneurs in their respective countries to compete globally with the rest of their counterparts from 30 countries. I'm proud that Malaysia is participating for the first time this year, and I hope more of you will step up to the challenge next year. This marks the wonderful milestone of our women in technology, as through this platform, they can fully showcase their potential, independence, and entrepreneurship skills by embracing digital technologies. The number of Malaysian women entrepreneurs have been increasing over the years, and with the support of government awareness and outreach programs. However, I want to see more women entrepreneurs adopt digital technologies to achieve growth and expand on a global scale. Movements like She Loves Tech will certainly inspire and uplift more women founders through access to mentorship, network of investors, and visibility. Besides, women's active participation is crucial to shape a sustainable and equitable digital economy that will help realize Malaysia as the heart of digital ASEAN. The new norms that arise from COVID-19 pandemic have made us go digital by default. Let's focus on the silver lining. Digitalization will open doors to more opportunities, more empowerment, and equitable participation in entrepreneurship. We all know the future is digital, and we at MDEC believe that to build a robust digital economy, we need digitally skilled Malaysians, digitally powered businesses, and continued digital investments. We've always been committed to building an ecosystem for technology entrepreneurship and encourage all to take the digital leap into this new norm through our digital acceleration programs like GAIN, or Global Growth Acceleration, and e-Usahawan. So, we're fully supportive of international startup platforms like She Loves Tech. And I am truly excited to be a mentor to some of you that's participating in this challenge today. To the organizers of the Malaysian chapter, I want to thank you and salute you for all the good work that you've done and will continue to do towards achieving a sustainable social economic development for the investment of women. To all the finalists here today, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Congratulations on taking the first of many steps to come. I am here to cheer you on, and I wish you all the very best. I'm Serena.
Thank you so much, Serena, for your unwavering support. Okay, now I would like to introduce you to our panel of experienced judges. The judges will work together to review all the participants based on the following: market opportunity, team, innovation, traction, and scalability. But before we dive in, I would like to invite each of them to say a few words. Can we start with JB, Jamaludin Bujang from Gobi Partners?
Hello, hi, I'm Jamaludin Bujang from Gobi Partners. It's Saturday, so it can be a bit slow. I hope this contestants, all 10 of them, will make it more exciting.
Thank you so much, JB.
Thank you.
Next, can we have Sam, please, the CEO of pitchIN?
Hi, Karen. Hi, everyone. Again, thank you very much for the invite. Looking forward, as what JB mentioned, looking forward to actually listen to all the presentations. And everyone, good luck. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Sam. Can we have Illahi, the Women Fintech Advocator? Illahi, we can't hear you. Can you unmute? Unmute. All right.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Illahi. I'm a huge proponent of women entrepreneurship involved in digital technology. I have about more than 14 years experience in central banking, particularly in ranging from legal to corporate advisory, as well as formulating policies involving the development of financial sector. So looking forward to hearing the presentations today.
Thank you so much, Illahi. Can we hear from Fazil? Fazil. You're on mute. Okay, got it.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Hi, I'm Fazil, CEO of C27, a digital enablement firm. Very happy to see all the participants, the standard of all the participants, and I had the pleasure of mentoring one of the startups, and super excited to see the outcome of this.
Thank you, Fazil. And of course, last and not least, Yoann, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Very happy to join this competition. I'm Yoann Gegen. I'm the president of the French Tech Malaysia, and I will be one.
Okay, thank you so much, judges. Now, I will mute myself and pass the mic to Suen, who is going to be the MC for the competition. Thank you, Suen.
All right. Thank you, Karen, for the introduction. So on to the main event. A little bit about the format of the pitching competition. Participants are each given a 5-minute pre-recorded slot to pitch. The pitch will be followed by a 3-minute live Q&A by our judges, where they can ask anything and everything about their business. So we have 9 exciting high potential startups on our lineup today. And a warm up to the participants. Please remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera during your turn. So first off, I'd like to invite to the room Miss Melissa from Adeasy.
Hi, I'm Melissa. Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Adeasy. And here's my pre-recorded pitch. Everyone's talking digital, but did you know that brands are actually advertising offline? In 2018, 79% of the total ad spend in Southeast Asia was all on offline. I believe that the number could have been higher if the booking process was less painful. I mean, there are so many media to choose from. Who are you gonna call? Or how do you even know if you're getting a good deal? Plus, the whole booking process is still super manual with all the unnecessary paperwork, phone calls, and face-to-face meeting. And that is why we created Adeasy. We've made booking offline ads as easy as booking a hotel online. Now, instead of having to spend around 2 weeks to book any offline ads, you can get all this done in less than 1 hour. Media companies, they are big fans. We operate as the online 24/7 sales force. We help them maximize their ad inventory without the need of a large sales team. Our business model is simple. It is free for the media companies to list on our platform. We just charge a percentage on every successful booking. And a few days ago, we launched the first time ever, never been done before, media subscription plan, Adeasy Plus. It's basically like a class pass, but for ad space. And soon, we're also looking to provide analytics for offline media, where brands can gauge and attribute the effectiveness of all their offline campaigns. In just a few years, 80% of the media companies are already working with us, including media giants like Astro and Media Prima. And we now have just over 1,000 people using our website to find the right ad space for their brands. And here's a snapshot of some of the brands who's launched their ad campaigns with us. And yes, we've also clocked in a revenue of 6.5 million ringgit to date. This, my friends, is just the beginning. As a digital platform, there are no geographical limits to our growth. In fact, we have been receiving regular inquiries from the region, and we are set to roll out in Southeast Asia, starting with our neighboring countries over the next few years. We know what we're doing. My co-founder and I have spent all our working lives, 16 years each, in advertising and media for global brands. And we've come a very, very long way to be where we are today. The journey hasn't been so easy, but those experiences have shaped us and taught us how to be better, to build a better platform and move forward. And we're truly grateful for it, for the people who have been with us through the years to help us make Adeasy a reality. And We are looking for strategic investors who'll be as invested in our vision as we are. People with industry experience and knowledge. People who want to be on this journey with us to help take Adeasy to the next level. People love offline. It's the booking process they dislike. And Adeasy is here to fix this. So come join us to revolutionize this $11.5 billion industry so that companies with great brands can advertise anywhere. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So that's Adeasy. So now we're moving on to the Q&A portion. Judges, the floor is yours. Melissa, do remember to unmute yourself for this portion?
Yes, hi. Hi, everyone.
Hey, hi, Melissa. Jamal here. Maybe I can start first. It wasn't made clear whether you can do bookings on mobile app, which you must download, or can you do it online as well?
Actually,
on the web?
Yeah, it's mobile web at this moment. So our website is mobile optimized. And yes,
right, so,
you can book directly through the website.
Oh, so you can do both now,
yes.
right? Okay, all right. Any ideas on the numbers of downloads that you have got?
No, we don't have a mobile app, but our website is mobile optimized.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. Are you going to develop?
Eventually, but at this moment, most of our views are from desktop.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Cool. I've got a question. Sam from pitchIN. Hi, Melissa. You've grown a long way since we last met. Yeah. When we first met you. Just have a question with regards to the revenue that you've done thus far. Is it mostly through one-off payments or subscriptions, and also what's the retention like in terms of your clients coming back to use Adeasy?
Okay. So right now, most of our revenue is all straight from buys, bookings. The subscription thing, it's basically a new product, so it's still very new. It's not captured here. And our customer retention, 30% of our customers actually come back to just book. And of course, like there are customers who've been with us for 3 years now, from day one. So there's a lot of repeat buy, and they increase their ad buys year on year.
Thanks, Melissa.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, Melissa. It's Fazil. We met a lot of times across the years. I was just wondering how much. If you can just give me an estimate, how many customers within your customer base are SMEs?
Actually, about 90% are SMEs of our clients, and 50 to 60% of them are startups.
Okay, that's amazing. Would you say your web platform makes ad buys extremely accessible to SMEs compared to the normal way of booking media?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea, because the way we design our website is to make it super easy that even non-media or marketing savvy people can actually navigate and book the ad space in the most simplest manner.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, so I think we are reaching the 3-minute mark. Melissa, do you have any concluding remarks?
No, actually no. But thank you for your time today.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you.
Okay. On to the next participant. Usual reminders to the participants. Please remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera during your turn. Next, I'd like to invite to the room Bujang from Baby Baru. Bujang, can you turn on your camera and unmute yourself?
Putri will be presenting. Putri, please go ahead.
Okay, hi. Can you see me?
Yes.
TK. So I'm going introducing Baby Baru, artificial intelligence chat box for maternity care. From our survey, we found out that during MCO period, mothers have concern whether to visit clinic for scheduled follow-up. They also cannot gather to view video of pregnancy exercise, breastfeeding because of physical distancing standard operating procedure. Some mothers are shy to ask private or sensitive questions to nurse or doctor. Due to geography of semi-rural area, it takes long hours for patients to travel to city to seek consultation at the clinic or hospital where specialist doctors are located. 46% clinic in interior Sarawak are run by nurse and medical assistant. Additionally, existing public forum on maternity are unmoderated by professionals, and lots of advertisements are being posted by snake oil salesmen. Our solution is a chat box that can be accessed 24 hours, 7 days at the comfort mother's home to ask questions. Our replies are vetted by doctor, so rest assured the contents are credible. We can also reduce consultation time because prior to visit, questions that don't require physical inspection are already answered. This is especially useful because during COVID-19 pandemic, to avoid crowded waiting area. For semi-rural patients, this can help to reduce frequency of visit to clinic or hospital, especially low-risk pregnant group. If you look at the right-hand side, we can help to save 9,800 minutes of manpower per day for all klinik kesihatan ibu dan anak nationwide. That could translate to an estimated cost saving 882,000 ringgit a year. Besides mitigating the spread of COVID-19 and reassuring concerned mother, we also help discalitate a case of postpartum depression from suicidal. Statistically, a lot of women don't even know they have postpartum depression, and it is estimated 1 out of 7 mothers will experience it. Satisfaction of helping such patients cannot even be quantified, priceless. We managed to sign up 72 users within a 2 weeks period without spending on advertising. This shows a strong need for this product. Baby Baru also has been selected as top 3 of TEGA's pre-accelerated finalists and top 5 of National Obstetrics and Gynecology Conference. Our product is used by mothers from pregnancy to first year when the baby is born. Potential market size is 500,000 pregnant mothers yearly. We have 2 main differentiation that other apps doesn't have. 1, our chat box replies and weekly tips are localized in Bahasa Melayu and in local culture. Secondly, our chat box app is open to all questions on maternity care and curated by doctors from Ministry of Health. Baby Baru is free to use for mothers to ask questions and get pregnancy tips. Our revenue and sustainability will be from business-to-business referral commission. Our leadership team are CEO Dr. Abigail, co-founder of Pink and Teal Cancer Awareness NGO. As a mother herself and advocate of women's health, she is our brand ambassador. Myself is involved in marketing and in charge of signing up pregnant mothers and surveying their feedback as we continuously grow this product. Chief Medical Advisor is Dr. Boom, whom has experience working in Australia and has won Young Gynecologist Award 2019. Our CTO is pitchIN, who founded a high-tech startup back in 2016, recognized by Might and working remotely for a Singapore AI startup. Deep tech startups are usually resource intensive, and we hope to obtain grant to realize the following plan to serve more mothers throughout Malaysia and developing countries throughout Southeast Asia. Join us in this social responsibility journey. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Putri. So now we're moving on to the Q&A portion. Judges, the floor is yours. Does anyone have any questions with Ms. Putri or pitchIN for Baby Baru?
I have a question. I have 2 questions, in fact. Illahi here.
Cool.
Yeah. So my first question is, so you are using a mobile app, correct? To which segment of society that you are focusing? That's one. And secondly, how do you foresee the marketing tool that will be most effective to make sure that people would be aware of your solution that you're providing to mothers who wants to ask for advice?
Currently, our platform is can be accessed through Facebook Messenger. And then about the second question on marketing tool, we are using a manual way to sign up the users, as in we approach them at the public forum, Putri approach them at the public forum and introduce this tool to them. But we think that after, if we obtain investment, we can actually use a combination of social media to advertise our project, and also to introduce this through our doctors' help at Klinik Kesehatan, because part of our teams are doctors from Ministry of Health.
Right, question on my side also. Thanks very much for this presentation. You have, except if I'm doing a mistake, you have talked a lot about Malaysia. How you plan to expand to other countries, and which country you target first?
We plan to expand locally first, because our chatbot will be customized to understand natural language processing in our local language, which is Bahasa Melayu. And then we, at the same time, we will change it to English, and we see this more potential to deploy to Southeast Asian countries for less developed countries.
Sorry, I repeat a little bit my question. So sorry. Which countries you target first? Do you have any name, or you didn't identify yet?
Less developed countries such as Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, at Southeast Asia.
Hi. Hi, I have one question. You mentioned that your platform is localized towards the Bahasa Melayu syntax, correct?
Yes, existingly, our replies are all in Bahasa Melayu. We plan to automate our chatbot to understand the context in Bahasa Melayu and auto-reply in Bahasa Melayu.
Okay. Would that affect your scalability into non-Bahasa Melayu speaking countries though?
Initial stage, we plan to create our chatbot to understand Bahasa Melayu. After that only, we will change it. Not to say change, we will add in the feature to support English.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Jamal here. Just one more. Of your team members, right? The 4 or 5 of them that we have earlier. How many of them are working full time on this?
All of us working part time on this.
All of them are part time.
Yes, all of us part time on this.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, Fazil. Yeah. One more last question.
Yeah, one more question. So sorry about that. Do you have any idea if you are probably one of the, because in my knowledge you are the only Bahasa Melayu optimized AI startup. Do you see any other Bahasa Melayu AI startups in your in this country?
Not that I'm aware of. I know it won't be easy, because from the language that the user type in is in a short form Bahasa.
Yes.
So that
amazing.
There are ways to overcome this, and we are very confident that we can deliver value, because 75% of them ask more than one questions. It really shows that they are concerned about their pregnancy, and there's even one case where the mother is in the labor room and she's still contacting us to ask questions. It's quite interesting.
Okay. Thank you so much. I just find it extremely interesting that you are a Bahasa Melayu AI platform. I've never heard that before, and I think that's amazing.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, cool. So I think we've slightly exceeded our time limit for this one, but thank you so much, judges. Thank you so much, Baby Baru. On to our next participant. We have Ms. Fumiko Inada from B Informatika. Gentle reminder as usual, please remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera during your turn. Ms. Fumiko, I'd like to invite you to the room.
Okay. Thank you. This is Fumiko from B Informatika. Here is my pre-record deck. Thank you. Hi, this is Fumiko. I'm a CEO of B Informatika. Today, we'd like to share about the idea of Entrepreneur. It's offer digital SME credit based on alternative credit score for micro SME in Malaysia. We have a vision for financial inclusion for micro SME and work informally in emerging countries. We are addressing the problem of less accessibility to traditional finance. The bank's approval rates for SME is under 33%. That's because of a lack of credit record and collaterals. And there are some SME credit gap is $20 billion US. It's equivalent 10% of the SME demands. That's huge. And the main target is micro SMEs. We will offer the solution, the two solution. One is digital SME credit, is secure the transparency and clear mandate. And another one is alternative credit score, working as enabler. In Malaysia, they're saying have in the morning, eat in the morning, we're following that. And we think SME are economic ladder of growth and nothing left over to growth within. As for the SME credit, we focus on two procedures. One is assessment. We target in within 1 hour, we process. And as for the money disbursement, we target in within 1 working days. It's possible by digital platform. And risk management, we also focus on another 2 phases and assessment as we follow in the 5C basic rule. And another one is correction. We're working with the partner of a professional corrector, and totally we restrain the default rate within 3%. As for alternate credit score, we get addressed in the 3 database, psychometric testing, the smartphone data, and peer group scorecard. All are conducted by digital, and all are proprietary about our own self. So it makes more secure data and then to make it the SMEs to get loans. As for peer group scorecard, it is a unique of our own company. It's coming from the ISME service by the Datasoft in our CTO's company. It's working as a bridge between microfinance institution to commercial bank. And it's categorized by location and also the industry. It's a clear data for the commercial banks. We focus on the person who are less educated but have a good idea to creating a business, such as a modern technology, batik, and greeneries, agriculture, and also handicraft and local materials. All are contributed for the local economy. We already have a product, the beta version, web and mobile both, and it is a good handling for the loan management by our customers. We already have a basic money lending license, and now working with on the digital money lending license is a further license of KPTKD. If it acquire this, it's 100% on all the process done by the digital. As for business model, we follow in the regulation of KPKD within 18% per annum as interest rates, and we can charge 5% as a commission fee. Our average loan size is 10K ringgit per shot. It is enough for the micro SMEs. We are addressing the markets as our competitor P2P lending platform is in last year, $100 million US. We recognize ourselves as a unique provider who have both a digital platform, also the alternative credit score in the market. There is a team. I have a background of finance, social business, and IT a little bit. And we have co-founder Manjul. He is a technology person and also the conducted with the microfinance for 20 years. We have IT team, and we have Tabin as a data scientist, Aaron as financial officer, and also we have 2 angel investors from Japan. Finally, we mentioned about the finance, 2.4 million. Both are the principal and also the necessary expenses to cover it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Fumiko. So now on to the Q&A portion. So judges, the floor is yours. Any questions for Ms. Fumiko?
Yes, thanks very much for this presentation. Can you just come back on how you plan to finance? So are you partnering with some banking institution or insurance institution, or do you plan to do it yourself?
At this moment, we haven't partnership in any banks yet. But after we creating the database at a certain, how can I say, the alternative credit score, then we will creating some partnership we planned. Maybe after 1 year at least.
All right, thank you.
Hi, do you have a target when it comes to customer acquisition in terms of the size of your database before you actually start partnering with financial institutions? I would assume that it's a chicken and egg situation, but do you have a target in terms of the size of your customer base? Database, sorry.
At this moment, we started, yeah, that's true. As a testing part, for the first 2-3 months, we targeting 1,000, but in a year, 10,000. So as to creating enough database for at the beginning. Okay. But at the moment, we have the database coming from the Bangladesh as our CTO's company. So they have 10.3 million customers in data, and we have ISMEs as a service that already launched in Bangladesh. So beginning, we use this database as customizing, transforming in the Malaysian context. So that's our beginning of the first year.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Does anyone in the judging panel have any more questions for Ms. Fumiko?
Yep. Hi, Fumiko, Sam here. Just have a question on with regards to the conditional license that you mentioned from KPKT. Could you elaborate more a bit? What does that mean, and how soon can you actually go out there and market your market Informatika to SMEs?
Sure. We already acquired the basic money lending license, so we can immediately start the face-to-face transactions. So, but we need to meet directly the people to look at the sign in front of me. But after we acquire the digital money lending license within 2 months, and then we can start the digital service via mobile or website, and we don't need to meet anymore. We now fulfilling the technological requirement, and it takes 1 month and then to show them the demo and to prove it, then approve it, I believe.
Thank you.
All right, so I think that's the 3-minute mark. Before we move on to the next participant, Fumiko, do you have any concluding remarks?
No, thank you so much.
All right, okay, thank you so much. So on to the next participant. We have ERTH, represented by Nahid. So usual reminders, kindly remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera during your turn. So I'd like to invite to the room, Nahid from ERTH.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nahid Bidair, and this is my pitch video.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nahid, and I made this gold bar out of recycling thousands of this non-working mobile phone. You want to know how? I'm going to show you right now, but first, let me share with you the story of our company, ERTH. ERTH is a digital platform that provides a free on-demand electronic waste recycling service for both individuals and businesses and pays them in cash. The problem is that every year Malaysia throws in the landfill more than $1 billion of precious metals in a form of e-waste. Those metals, when it goes to the landfill, it contaminates the soil and our food and water. So we came with a better way to enable everyone to earn money while saving the environment at the same time. The e-waste market is really huge. So if you can see it in this slide, you'll see that Southeast Asia's annual production of e-waste equivalent to $20 billion, but only 15% of this money is being reclaimed. In Malaysia, it's the same situation, $1 billion of annual production, but only 25% of this amount is being reclaimed. So it's a blue ocean that anyone can dig in. Our solution is so simple. If you have e-waste at home or office and you want to throw away, never do that. You just go to our web app, book a free e-waste pickup, then one of our heroes comes to your doorstep, collect everything. You have the old electronic devices the day you want, the time you want. And after we receive your items, we calculate your cash rewards and send it to you by bank transfer or e-wallet, usually at the same day. We have been doing this since 2019. We collected more than 200,000 devices, which is equivalent to more than 250 tons of e-waste. Our cost structure is very simple and fair and worthy at the same time. So if a laptop worth $15, we pay $5 for both consumers and heroes who collect the e-waste. $5 are paid for the licensed recycling factory, and $5 are kept as ERTH revenue. ERTH has a global impact because both consumers and heroes are getting paid for their recycling efforts, and we provide the free pickup service. So you can imagine that we are like the Uber or Grab, but for e-waste collection. We succeeded to reduce the greenhouse gases and CO2 emissions by more than 40,000 kgs, and we generated revenue equals to 100,000 USD. And half of this money was directly paid to both consumers and heroes, so it's a win-win situation for people, planet, and profit. We have to mention that ERTH contributes to SDGs, climate action, fair production and consumption, and sustainable smart cities. If you look at the competition, you can see that ERTH rises above all competitions with a perfect 5 out of 5 rating on both Facebook and Google. People love our service. They love our brand. So what happens if you just have a small device like a small wire or headphone? Have no worries, you can always drop it off at one of our ERTH box. We have ERTH box in 30 different locations all around Klang Valley, in malls, shops, universities, and schools. So our future plans is to launch AI waste recognition system powered by Alipay. This system will recognize any kind of waste you have and tells you where to throw, and it's provided with a button for pickup orders. And we want to also launch in new cities and countries. And currently we have a pilot project running in Amsterdam. We also want to increase the team size by next year. In 2019, we collected 100 tons of e-waste, but in 2020, even through the pandemic times, we succeeded to recycle 200 tons of e-waste. Our aim is by 2022 is to recycle more than 1,000 tons. ERTH has been selected as first winner at IYIC 2019 by United Nations and Shenzhen Youth Federation. Here you can see me with Dr. Muhammad Yunus. He admired our sustainability efforts. And ERTH also received some international recognitions in Singapore by Alipay in US and by the European Union as best environmental impact. This is our team. I'm the co-founder and impact director. We are global citizens, and this is Ant Financial and Alipay as our biggest supporters, United Nations as our clients in Malaysia, and Jing Global as they selected us as the Malaysian champions to represent Malaysia in the Global Entrepreneurship World Cup. Thank you so much, and I'm happy to receive your questions.
Thanks so much, Nahid. Okay, on to the Q&A portion. Judges, the floor is yours. Maybe Illahi would like to go ahead.
Okay, yeah, let me start first. Jamal here from Gobi.
Hi, Mr. Jamal. Sorry for being so serious in the video because it was my first time shooting a video for pitch. Yeah,
it's okay. Everyone does that. Yeah. Hey, yeah, your heroes, right? How many of them now And how do you recruit them? And do they work full time, or how does it go? And any idea how much they're making per day?
Yeah, actually, right now we have our team is 5 full-time staff, but we have a network of more than 5,000 freelance heroes. We are outsourcing them to many companies, because many companies in Malaysia do the outsourcing freelancers, like they pick up and Food Panda, for example, they use their freelancers. So you can imagine that we are like Food Panda for this, but for this industry. Yeah. Anyone can want to recycle. Yeah. Yeah. So anyone
so
want to. Sure. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, sorry. So you're saying they can be what do you call it? Doing Grab or Food Panda at one time, at the same time they can do this as well.
Yes. So anyone who want to receive extra money for extra work, like we can make it easier for them. You can come join us and log on our system and do the pickup service, and you can also receive some cash rewards for your recycling effort, because we call them heroes. Heroes are the people who make the drive and go collect the e-waste from individuals and businesses as well.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi Nahid, it's Illahi here. I have a question. Yeah, I must applaud that what we're doing is of course it's a good thing. It has an impact to the environment, definitely. Yeah, one question that I would like to ask is regarding could you elaborate more on your partnership plans, because knowing this, it will definitely be useful, and it has to be used across by all segments of society in Malaysia. So just would like to understand what will be your partnership plans moving forward.
Yeah, actually, we are open to any kind of partnerships. And I have to tell you the good news that last week we made a partnership with the DHL Express Malaysia. And we signed an MOU with them in order to, they will allow their fleet of 200 vehicles to go collect any kind of e-waste from all around Malaysia. So it's a very powerful partnership, and it's so important for us as we are a growing startup. Our operations started in 2019, and now it's very good really to be partners with a Fortune 500 company like DHL. And we are open to any kind of partnerships. And also we are running the international pilot project in Amsterdam right now, and we are receiving a good traction from there. Because ERTH is not, it started really in Malaysia, this is true, but our aim and goal is to launch in 200 countries. So it's a global movement, and I invite anyone to join this movement, of course. Yeah,
thank you.
I got two questions on my side. I think you already answered to the first one. So where you deploy your solution? So I understand it's in Malaysia, but you plan to expand more. So maybe I will fine tune my question.
Sure. I'm not hearing anything, by the way.
You got some boxes you put at some shops there and there, and I understand actually you pay also the client to give you some e-waste. So how you identify the consumer with this box? Is it just like random people who are throwing in the box, or do they register before in the application? How does it work?
Yeah, so for the boxes, it's only a drop-off point. So anyone can go drop off their small items. And anyway, the small items, it has very, very, very little value for us as a company. But the high value items, we offer the free on-demand pickup service. So if you have e-waste at home, for example, after MCO, we received a lot of orders because people were just watching Netflix and using mobile phones and so on. So we received really a lot of e-waste. So we were happy to receive many orders from them. We go collect from your house, from your company, from anywhere you are, all around Klang Valley. And we also pay right after we receive the items. Yeah.
How much e-waste you collect in KL, for example?
Yeah, we collected more than 250 tons of e-waste. So we, since launch, we, our last year, we collected 100 tons, but this year, even during the coronavirus, we grew 5 times. And we, we collected 250 tons. And last year's revenue was about $25,000, but this year's revenue is really great, 4x, $100,000. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry, I'm a bit mindful of the time. So I think we really exceeded the 3-minute mark. Sorry, Nahid, no time for concluding remarks.
Thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next participant. So it's GFI, represented by Dr. Haniza. So usual reminders, please remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera during your turn. So I'd like to invite to the room, Dr. Haniza from GFI.
Hi, I'm Haniza Yoann, the CEO and founder of Fintech. I'm very honored to be here today. Please allow me to present my pitch. Hello, I am Haniza Yoann from GFI Fintech. We are a data analytic tech company that specializes in profiling technology for the finance industry. Our flagship product is GFI, a psychometric credit risk assessment system that has been deployed in Malaysia since 2018. Did you know that in Malaysia, 2 million adults do not have credit record and hence unbankable? There is an estimated recurring SME financing gap of 80 billion ringgit, and there are 25 billion ringgit in bad loans. And globally, 1.7 billion are underserved and underbanked, majority of them are women. What an immense drain to our economy, but it also represents a huge and recurring business opportunity. So we ask financial institutions whether they want to have more good and reliable borrowers who will repay their loans on time, whether they want to reduce their NPL and improve the way they approve and monitor loans, whether they want to reduce their client acquisition cost. We also ask micro enterprise owners whether they would be willing to participate in testing the psychometric questions and user interface in order to remove gender, language, and ethnic biases. The outcome is GFI credit score. It is a proprietary AI-driven self-learning algorithm that conforms to ISO standards. It uses more than 200 data points to quantify a borrower's ability to pay and willingness to pay. It measures character and behavioral traits that make up entrepreneurial potential, such as competitiveness, emotional resilience, especially relevant during this stressful time, as well as other attributes that are predictors of financial decision-making and compliance. Borrowers will need to answer a series of psychometric questions, which take on average 7 minutes to complete. The questions have been adapted to local situation and target clients, and it is available online via mobile, tablet, or laptop. This is the value proposition we promise to lenders and borrowers. For lenders, more profits, less losses, and lower costs. For borrowers, ability to get their first loan, provide for their families, and build their relationship with the bank. Here is an overview of borrower journey. GFI is an end-to-end loan origination, processing, and monitoring system. Smart and intelligent dashboards are available to every key user and decision maker in the loan process. We offer 2 GFI packages with feature options which enable tailoring to the needs of various types of lenders. It can be customized, and each package is priced accordingly. What makes GFI unique and more market responsive than other alternative credit scoring systems is our focus on the borrower and how to empower them. Borrowers can use the report to improve areas of weaknesses. Lenders can provide targeted training to strengthen the viability of clients. Women are particularly responsive to the reports. Here are examples of the report for lenders and that are automatically generated by GFI system. Financial advisory team can use the reports to assist customers whose loan applications have been rejected. These reports are designed for borrowers to guide their own development. They can be sold to borrowers or used as an incentive for onboarding. Since we entered the market in 2018, we have made steady market traction. These are our customers. White labeling is one of our strategies for scaling. The market potential is robust. We are a B2B company. In Malaysia, the serviceable obtainable market, SOM, is around 300 institutions. For the ASEAN market, the SOM is around 630 lending institutions. As for competitive advantage, GFI is unlike other alternative credit scoring system. It is an end-to-end system. GFI is an end-to-end system which aims at empowering both the borrower and the lender. We offer multiple packages and options to match different client needs. The predictive accuracy is between 92 to 96%, and we also have SOPs for deployment and scaling. GFI has a world-class team with strong execution track record, multidiscipline, and collective experience of 100 plus years. My name is Hani Zayun from GFI. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Haniza. Okay, now on to the Q&A portion. So judges, the floor is yours. Anyone want to start with a question?
Let me start first. Jamal here from Gobi. How did you get that 92 to 96% what do you call it?
Predictive
accuracy. Yeah,
yes.
Predictive. And number one. Number two, how is the scoring based only on your system without using other data from other sources?
All right, thank you. The first one, the predictive accuracy, what we did is, so far, we already have like a minimum of 24 months of clients who have loan repayment information, okay? So based on our GFI credit score, we're able to predict that, you know, like for instance, a certain profile, they will be like a moderate risk. And then it turned out that they are, you know, like at giving a risk moderately. So that is how we do like, we come to that prediction. And also before we even started to deploy it into the market, we did a study, a pilot, a POC study we did with banks, and then we use a minimum of 4 years of loan repayment information. So we did something like back testing as well. So that was before we released it into the market. That was how we come to that prediction. So we have, you know, we proved that if, let's say, we use the lender's internal risk assessment alone, how many percentage of prediction. And then we compare it with what we have when GFI alone is being used. And so far we found a very promising results. And because of that, most of our customers have ended up signing up long-term contracts with us. Okay, so that is the first one. The second one is the psychometric predictors. It's not just the responses that that the customers give. We also take some other behavioral information. For instance, the way how they respond to the question, you know, their response style. That is also taken into consideration. We also use other predictors like loan amount, their tenure, their business category, all that as well. Not just purely psychometric information.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Dr. Haniza, Sam from pitchIN. So I'd just like to understand a bit about the revenue on how you make money. So is this predominantly a SaaS play, or do you do mostly white label?
Well, we do like a licensing subscription based, yeah? And then that is the one that we deal directly with the lenders. We do subscription based, and then we do have a model where they pay per use, you know, and because as you can see that we have various dashboards as well. Some of the lenders, they want like a complete end-to-end solution. And then some of the smaller, the starter lenders, they would go for the pay-per-use. Yeah. So it comes from our licensing or subscription. It comes from the test per use, and we also come from the training. You know, we partner with training providers, and then the maintenance, maintenance as well. Like the white labeling is more for us to approach market. Right now, we're using it to approach market beyond Malaysia, because right now we partner with a global risk assessment company that is taking it out of Malaysia.
Thank you, Atinsa.
All right. So sorry, I think we've already passed the 3-minute mark. So I think that concludes Dr. Haniza for GFI. Moving on to the next participant, we have Hatio, represented by Jen Chui. Usual reminders, kindly unmute yourself and also turn on your camera to Hatio. So I'd like to invite to the room Hatio from Jen Chui.
Hi, I'm Jen Chui from Hatio, and here's my pitch. I'm Jen Chui from Hatio. The supply chain is complex. Through the chain, we're magnifying and directing our focus to warehouses. Warehousing is the central node that helps regularize supply and demand of goods and can help optimize and reduce logistics costs in the whole chain. And as we have all seen through the pandemic this year, and with the rise of e-commerce across Southeast Asian countries, there's an increase in market demand for speed from customers, cheaper fulfillment costs for brand owners, and the need for speed, transparency, and accuracy in goods movement is definitely increasing. But are our businesses ready for this change? And so, after much research and months spent in Southeast Asia, our mandate is simple. We want to help local SMEs digitize. Let me share with you a story about Uncle Lim. Uncle Lim is the owner of a 30-year-old third-party logistics company. He runs a 400,000 square feet warehouse in Klang, employs 60 to 65 employees, and uses a QuickBook accounting software he bought 19 years ago through a box with a license key to operate and manage his warehouse business. His problems? From warehouse operations to human resource to meeting customer demands to managing logistics risks and business financials, he's seen it all. And the current global pandemic has actually pushed him to face new challenges. And for him, how might he transform his business digitally? Technology is a fear of the unknown, an expensive exercise, and most importantly, finding the right partner. So as a technology business, instead of developing a solution and sell it to Uncle Lim, we actually did the reverse. We sold the idea before we even built it. In fact, we sold to our first 3 clients our 3PL warehouse, a cold chain warehouse, and an e-commerce fulfillment warehouse. First, before we even built the solution. Our goal wasn't just sales. Our goal was to find the product market fit from the get-go, and we thought co-creating with the market is the way to go. And with that, it didn't take long before word got out and we started having retail and distribution players knocking our doors. Our product found its way to an extended market, a new segment of retail players, distribution players, who is running their own distribution centers, which is also a warehouse, fulfilling to their retail stores, and now actively seeking to get on the e-commerce bandwagon. So as these clients came on board, new partnerships are formed with back-office softwares, sales channels, e-commerce sales channels. We begin building integration points between our system to give clients a better experience in managing their businesses. And so, codename Operato, I introduced you our warehouse management software. We are a SaaS-first model, and we pride ourselves to be able to deploy and go live in 72 hours, and we've made it to be really, really affordable. At present, our business model has two packages, Basic and Enterprise. For every client, we charge a setup fee and a monthly subscription. Today, Uncle Tan is a happy man. In barely 8 months, Uncle Tan has seen tremendous impact on the performance of his warehouse operations and his business bottom line. Even Uncle Tan's biggest customer is happy. We make it our top priority in our small team to acquire and create more happier customers across the region. And that's our focus. Moving forward, our engineers are working hard to ensure we achieve a stronger product market fit. We continue to innovate on the core technology, and we are starting to evolve Operator from a warehouse management software into a logistics operating system, making it a fully integrated end-to-end platform. Past year, we have been focusing on product development and product validation. This year, it's all about foundational growth and product validation for Operator OS. We're now in initial scale preparation to actively acquire customers based on our GTM to hit our targets and scale through the region. We are ready to scale and enable logistic businesses through technology. And why is this important? I've personally found a significance in this, and this is something that we pride ourselves in the business as well, as we're employing more and more women in the industry itself. It helps enable women in logistics. Why is this possible, and how is this possible? Through digitizing the logistic processes, there will definitely be more equal employment rates for women and men. It helps promote gender diversity in logistics and ultimately help women to rise into leadership position for better decision making. Because it's not just about operating forklifts or carrying their pallet to the racks. It's also about good decision making, detailed supply checking, and customer experiences. And studies have shown that gender diversity in the workforce, especially in logistics, which is still very man-dominated, to have a gender equality. So judges, would you join me to revolutionize how the logistics industry works and how it will snowball to more women participation in logistics, a crucial industry in the economy?
All right, thank you, Gentry. So now we're moving on to the Q&A portion. Judges, the floor is yours to ask any question about Hatio.
Yes, then I will start first. Thanks very much for this presentation. Couple of questions. Maybe the first one is, I believe you have quite some competitors. And do you have any example, or did you do a mapping of the competition with you? And the second one, we are talking about the software. There is a lot of solution. Actually, they try to bring IoT as well. Is it something you plan to do?
Hi, Yoann. Thanks for the question. So the first one on competitor review, yes, we do. It's not in the deck, however. We note that there is a lot of European players which have WMS, but ours is localized, and ours localized especially on the price point. So locally, a lot of the 3PL warehouses, the resistance is there because the cost of implementation is very high and the complexity is also very high, which is why our 3 key points would be, one, of course, we're cloud first, we're 4G enabled. Second, it will be 72 hours deployment. SOP, the process is all coded into the WMS, of course. So the whole warehouse is actually system guided. People can come in and work as and when, because we're also very foreign labor dependent. Number 3 is we're very affordable. The pricing that you see just now on the basic and enterprise is a very, very palatable pricing in the market itself. And then on the second thing on IoT, yes, we do. We have an API hub layer that allows connection to all the sensors whenever needed in the warehouses itself. I hope I answered your question.
You did perfectly. Thanks very much.
And any other questions from the judges?
Yes, one question. Could you share with us your company's management strength? Because I think it's missing. So I'm curious about that.
Yes, thanks for asking, Ili. So the company is actually led by 3 of us. Me, primarily, I previously run a software house and a project management consultancy firm. So I actually work with big MNCs in the country that with their digitization process, digitization projects. So that's something that I do. Secondly, Bernard is another partner of mine. He runs business development. So he actually goes around, he develops the market here, especially on the 3PL logistic. And our technology is head off by Mr. Nam. Mr. Nam is actually our CTO. He's actually Korean. He's actually a Korean. And his previous previous venture actually got acquired by Samsung, which is Miracom, which is a manufacturing execution system. So yes, that's primarily our management team. And we are also followed through with about 9 engineers now locally.
All right, so I think that that is the 3-minute mark. Any concluding remarks, Jintrui?
No, I think that's all. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. Thank you, judges, and thank you, Jintrui. So now moving on to the next business. So we have Pod, represented by Nadia Ismadi. So usual reminders, kindly remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera during your turn. So I'd like to invite to the room, Nadia Ismadi from Pod.
Hi everyone, a pleasure for me to be here amongst all these incredible individuals. So let me share a bit about Pod. Hi, I'm Nadia from Pod. Pod is a financial well-being platform aimed to help youth across Southeast Asia live a financially healthier life. We started as a micro-saving platform to enable youth, especially within the gig segment, to start saving towards specific short-term goals, whatever that may be. It could be to go on a holiday with their family and friends, or even to save towards repayment of their student loans. We are proud to say that these users who were previously living paycheck to paycheck with the help of our platform are now saving on average about $67 month on month. And we were gunning to address the $100 billion savings gap in Southeast Asia. These are the makeup of the people within the team. Everyone is passionate towards solving the problem because we experience saving problems in different ways. So I was previously with a fund management firm called Nomura. My co-founder had previous consulting backgrounds. We have a data scientist as well as a lead developer in-house. We are very fortunate to have people within the fintech industry to also join us to solve this problem and to help us arrive at our grander vision, which is to enable a financial well-being platform specifically for youth, particularly focusing on the gig segment. So our user starts here. They are basic savers today, saving towards short-term goals. What we want them to do is to graduate to become responsible borrowers, long-term savers, and eventually consume other type of financial products like insurance, pensions, investments, that will eventually build their financial resilience. Meet Amira. She's a saver on Pod, and she's also a gig worker on GoGet. And she started saving towards her goal, which is to create an emergency fund. She will set a target amount and a target date, and she have access to her savings anytime, and she can actually withdraw. So after a couple of months of saving, she started realizing or in need of some funds, and she starts withdrawing from Pod. Perhaps because her paycheck this month is a bit smaller than the last, and she has some emergency expenses to attend to. So what are her current options for Amira to meet her liquidity needs? So she can actually borrow from family and friends, and worst case scenario, borrow from loan sharks. And if she's lucky, she can have access to some micro credit products from financial institutions. But what if there's a way for Amira to continue to save but have access to an interest-free short-term credit to meet her current needs? And Amira's case is not unique. There are over 2.5 billion people in the world like Amira who constantly struggle to find access to credit and liquidity. And the total unmet credit year on year is around $31 trillion. So we want to facilitate and help Amira by creating a product for her, which is a Sharia payday, zero interest, tip-based loan. She can have access to instant cash just from this 4-step process. And the reason why financial institutions do not actually provide a product for people like Amira is because they are deemed very risky. So how do we hedge default risk by providing credit products to the likes of Amira? So we our users do not enter the platform as borrowers first. So Amira started on the platform as savers. So we actually look at her savings history as part of the scoring metric. And if her credit score is good, she will only need like one guarantor. If her credit score is low, she will need multiple guarantors. And because we are already doing salary deductions to enable Amira to save on a weekly basis, we can actually reverse engineer it to now do salary deductions also for her loan repayments on the platform. And she can only have access to one loan at a time. So these are the partners that we have established within the ecosystem to facilitate over 2.5 million potential savers and borrowers. So we've integrated ourselves into multiple gate platforms, and we're working very closely as well with financial aggregators and financial institutions. So we make money from the processing fee and tips of the loan. And for markets like Indonesia, where we collaborate directly with banks, every user that we onboard onto the platform will open an account with that bank where we will earn sign-up fees for those users. And over time, we understand the saving propensity and borrowing habit of these users. We can recommend other type of financial institution products and other financial products, including investments, insurance, etc., where we will earn referral fee from the financial institutions. So why we believe that now is the best time to address this gap is because work as we know it is changing, and the emerging of gig economy platform is just unstoppable. They are growing on average double-digit year on year, and this segment is currently underserved by financial institutions because they have no idea how to evaluate and score this segment. So what we wanted to do is to kind of enter this space and groom this potential borrowers, then eventually help them graduate to consume more sophisticated lending products from financial institutions. So happy to have you all be part of this journey with us. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Nadia. So now we're moving on to the Q&A portion. Judges, do you have any questions for Nadia from Pod?
Hi, Nadia. Jamal here again.
Hi, Jamal.
Sorry, to other people again. But did you say your product is a Sharia compliant product?
Yes, the lending product will be a Sharia compliant product. The borrowing is, the saving product is by default because we partner with RHB Islamic for the deposits.
Right. So you're saying that people who wants to borrow, for example, you have to credit a track record with your system first. So they cannot simply go and borrow from you directly until like what, a few months, or how does it go?
Okay, so currently there are two types of user base. So the one that is directly onboarded onto our platform, which means they download our app directly from the store. So that means we will need some level of data on savings history, but we are also integrated via APIs into existing gig platforms. Like GoGet, for example, we are pretty deep integrated into their platforms where riders can actually see and track their savings on the riders app itself. So the borrowing can happen on the platform directly. They don't need to have a saving track record because we can actually pull the data of their history on the platform directly from the platform itself.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, Nadia. Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi. Nadia, could you talk a bit about the current traction for Pod?
Yeah, so currently we have 4,700 week-on-week savers on our platform. That is the direct users. But we will also have our product integrated into GoGet, where currently there's like 25,000 Go-getters on the platform, out of which currently is about 25% that's actively saving on a weekly basis, and we do salary deductions. For the non-gig, we do auto debit, which is direct debit on a monthly basis.
Nadia, thanks very much for your presentation. Just a quick question on it. You were talking about Sharia compliant and you talk about 0% interest. So do I understand correctly that actually the people who will borrow, they don't need to pay interest on it?
Yes, that is accurate. But we charge processing fee upfront. That's how we make money from the loan.
Okay, so that's one of the questions. But also you partner with the bank to do this, correct? So it means you got the agreement with the bank to not get any interest on it as well?
Yeah, so we are very fortunate that a local Sharia bank is exploring this product together with us, where upon launch, which is in about 2 months' time, we will have access to 250,000 loan float at zero cost of capital on a profit sharing basis. I am not at the liberty to disclose which bank just yet.
That's okay, no problem. Thanks very much.
All right, do we have any more questions from the panel?
One more, so sorry. I'm just very curious. Do you mind explaining how different you guys are from Rise from Pemodalan Nasional Berhad?
Yeah, so that's a very fair question. We actually graduate the users into Rise. So currently our users are very basic. So they are living paycheck to paycheck, completely zero amount being able to set aside for whatever purpose and intent. So what we are doing right now is to kind of groom these people from zero to kind of like even get the minimum, which is $67, which is about 200-ish ringgit. So once they have gotten into that habit of savings week on week or month on month, then some of our users who have saved a few cycles are asking, oh, if we keep longer, can we get high returns? So that's when we know they are already in the mentality of becoming a bit more mature, where we partner with platforms like Raise and Stashaway to reroute them into those platforms at a referral fee.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
you
we
actually
are
work
mainly,
with them as a referral.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is a separate revenue stream for you guys as well.
Yes, that is, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. So that's the 3-minute mark. Nadia, do you have any concluding remarks before we move on to the next participant?
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for your question and attention. It's a bit late, so this is remarkable.
Thank you. Okay, so next in the list, we have TambahPoint, represented by Zahida Sharif. So usual reminders, kindly remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera. So I'd like to invite to the room.
Hi everyone, I'm Zahida Sharif, founder of TambahPoint, and here is my pitch. Hi everyone, I'm Zahida Sharif, founder of TambahPoint. I have a friend who owns a restaurant. She has hundreds of people coming for lunch every single day. Sadly, she doesn't even know them. To retain the customer, she only uses a stamp voucher, which I believe are inefficient in this current era. Recently, due to the crisis of COVID-19, many small and micro retail businesses are out of business because they are depending on the customer to come to their shop. By having no database, business definitely difficult to get repeat customer. Most of them are still using non-efficient marketing methods which are manual, costly, and even not focused. Furthermore, they do not have a support from digital system because it is expensive. The recent COVID-19 lockdown hit them hard as they are not able to pivot. Why? No database. The solution? TambahPoint. TambahPoint is a reward platform that builds loyal community for business. We focus to help micro and small retail businesses to have the first step right to build and adapt business in current digital market. It helps the business to have customer database by automatically collect, manage, grow, and analyze the database through a cloud-based reward platform. From the database, business owner understand their customer avatar and will be able to do focused automated digital marketing for their business. Furthermore, it is an affordable solution. Killing two birds with one stone, we also help customers enjoy reward with a bigger smile. No more ticker purse full of membership card and no more expiry fee vouchers. All are managed in one single platform, TambahPoint. TambahPoint is a software as a service reward platform which is suitable for micro and small retail businesses as it brings the purpose of building loyal community of businesses resulting to an increase of business productivity and profitability. Here is our product development roadmap. We started to launch our MVP this year in July as web app and targeted to become a mobile app in January 2021. Our main business model is subscription starting from 97 ringgit per month. We also have optional for enterprise solution for business who want customization. We are focused on micro and small SMEs where the market size are very large, coming from verticals such as restaurant, laundry, baby shop, and others. We are targeting 1,000 SMEs to join us for the first year, which will give us the potential revenue of 1.164 million ringgit. To achieve our targeted revenue, our go-to-market strategies are based on strategic partnership with SME-related agency, B2B referral, and C2C referral program. We started the project with the Malaysian market and plan to extend to Indonesia in the next 2 years. TambahPoint is better than others because we are software as a service. Our low-cost subscription fees and user-friendly interface is suitable for micro and small retail businesses. We started the project with customization for baby shop and dental clinic as we see the potential to gain 72,500 ringgit and 14,000 users through 11 outlets. Therefore, we developed MVP SaaS and launched it with 6 outlets for the special 5-month subscription fee of 300 ringgit and using free marketing methods. From that, we gained 12,000 users in 3 months. Our team members are the internal technical team with experience more than 9 years and subject matter experts who are industrial experts with vast experience from various industries that help us to address the industry needs. We believe by helping the business to have the right first step to build and adapt their business in current digital market through building loyal community in TambahPoint, micro and small retail businesses are able to sustain their business and grow with the increased number of loyal customers. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Zahida from TambahPoint. So now we're moving on to the Q&A portion of the pitching. So judges, the floor is yours. Anyone want to start with a question?
All right, then I'm going to start. Thanks very much, Zaida, for your presentation. The first question is regarding the competition. So you name a couple of them. I cannot stop thinking about those big players like Grab, obviously. How you plan to differentiate yourself from them?
Okay, our system, we give database to all our shoppers, and Grab, I don't think they give the database to the shoppers. What they give is actually the sales database, which the owner of the business, they need to extract and they need to analyze by themselves. So what we do in TambahPoint, we actually helping the micro and small SMEs to have a one-stop center for the database. For example, they sell it in Lazada, in Shopee, or in other platforms, but they can bring all their database through TambahPoint.
All right, thanks very much.
Welcome.
Maybe Ali, would you like to ask any question? Ali? Or Fazil, would you like to ask any questions for TambahPoint?
Yes, I would actually. What are your most effective marketing channels?
Sorry, again?
Sorry, what are your most effective marketing channels for this?
Okay, currently we are using our subject matter expert who are actually the SME coaches. So we can get it directly from there. We believe that by using the subject matter expert, because they are the expert in the industry and they know what is actually the major problem, and they've been using our platform actually. And from there, we able to get very good numbers of 12,000 users for 3 months. We didn't even do an ads. We didn't even started for the paid.
Really organic.
Really organic, yes, 100% organic.
Wow, that's very impressive. Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Sorry, okay, one last question from me, Zahida. So, how do you, or rather, what do you think is, as a user of your TambahPoint, what sort of value that you think that you can give me for me to subscribe your solution at the end of the day, other than just dashboards and the data and all?
Okay, the most what we say, the most expensive value, of course, is the database. But actually, what did you do with the database?
What we did is we analyzed the data so that the shoppers know who are their customers, who are their avatar, whether they are male or female, whether they are married or single. So those kind of information helps them to know who are the target market, the real target market, before they able to use any ads. Because currently what they do is they think, oh, I should do this. I think my product is this. But they didn't really use their current database to analyze. So that's actually can help them not just to understand, but also in TambahPoint, we allow them to have a reward apps, which are able to help them to retain the customer much more longer, because when we pay, we got a rewards, we got a point, and then they have a voucher campaign apps also inside that, at which every time they log in into the TambahPoint, they can see what kind of vouchers that are the shoppers giving to them. And these are able to increase their productivity, and also because everything is digital, productivity, not just productivity, but also retainers of the customer, and increase their profitability.
All right, so I'm a bit mindful of the time. So it's past the 3-minute mark. So thank you so much, TambahPoint judges, also for the questions. Okay, so last but not least, we have Thoughful, represented by Yoann. So usual reminders, just remember to unmute yourself and turn on your camera during your turn. So I'd like to invite to the room Yoann from Thoughful.
Hi everyone, my name is Joan. I'm the founder and CEO of Thoughful. Here's my pre-recorded Thoughtful chat. Enjoy. Hi, my name is Joan Low, and I'm the founder of Thoughful, a digital mental health company that leverages AI, behavioral science, and evidence-based frameworks to make mental health care more affordable and accessible to all. Let's have a thoughtful chat about how we are making mental health as aspirational as physical health. As a mental health caregiver for the past 20 years, I've personally experienced the vast gaps in the traditional mental health care system. Stigma, fragmented resources, and the lack of affordability still inhibit individuals from engaging with their mental wellness, which is why preventive mental health care is still not yet universal practice in Asia. This is what inspired me to leave Hong Kong, where I was a banker at a Wall Street bank for 6 years, to develop Thoughtful Chat, a mobile chat platform that connects users to certified mental health professionals for daily bite-sized coaching anytime, anywhere. The physical wellness industry is a $4.2 trillion market, spanning everything from fitness centers, wearables, lifestyle brands, you name it. The mental wellness industry is barely a fraction of that. This comes at a huge cost to us in both human and financial terms. 1 billion people suffer from anxiety worldwide, which results in a global economic loss of up to $1 trillion annually. That is 1/3 the size of Southeast Asia's economy combined. Here on home turf, 1 in 3 Malaysians will experience some form of mental health challenge at some point in their lives. Yet 90% of them will neither seek nor receive the support that they need. And women are 30% more likely to be affected, according to the World Health Organization. Now, mental health challenges already existed before the COVID-19 pandemic. But with more than a quarter of the world going into lockdown, the pandemic exacerbated the issue and accelerated the need for digital mental health solutions. This is why Thoughtful Chat launched more than a month ahead of schedule in order to meet the huge spike in demand from both sides of the marketplace. Mental health professionals whose businesses were disrupted overnight, and users who needed the emotional support and resilience building. Thoughtful Chat empowers individuals to build resilience on the go through bite-sized coaching. Users can send unlimited texts anytime, anywhere, and professionals check in daily, Monday to Friday, so that you can proactively engage with your mental health. By making mental health care more accessible, mental health professionals, such as counselors and psychologists, are empowered to build a scalable digital practice on the go. Through Thoughtful Chat Pro, a one-stop platform that takes on all the administration of running a private practice so that professionals can focus on what they do best. Here at Thoughful, we thoughtfully do business in order to do well and do good. Thoughtful Chat went to market 4 months ago, and already our revenue year to date has 10x compared to the fiscal year of 2019. We have helped users achieve positive mental health outcomes, with 80% reporting a positive change since using Thoughtful Chat. 60% of our users are women. More importantly, we are also seeing a change in attitude towards proactive engagement with mental health. This is an encouraging step towards destigmatizing mental health. On the professional side, we are digitizing the industry and unlocking untapped potential to fill the mental health gaps. Our professionals, 70% of whom are women, have since been able to scale their capacity by up to 4x and earn at least 50% more in additional income. This Black Swan event has been a boon for digital healthcare globally, where regulations in the past 6 months have changed faster than they have in the past decade. Thoughtful is 8 months ahead of production schedule, and with robust growth on both B2B and B2C fronts, we're looking to raise our seed round to maintain the growth momentum. Funds will be used to drive user acquisition and build out our clinical and deep tech capacities. Now join us in making mental health care accessible to even more people. Let's have a thoughtful chat. My name is Joan Low, and I'm the founder of Thoughful. Here are my contact details. I look forward to having a thoughtful chat with you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joan. So now we're moving on to the Q&A portion of the pitch. So I'll open the floor to the judges if you guys have any questions for Thoughful.
Hi, Joan, Jamal here. It wasn't clear from the slides. How do you make money actually?
Yep. Happy to share, Jamal. So there's actually multiple revenue streams. First of all, we have the B2B and B2C segments, but essentially it's a monthly subscription model. And that's really the main revenue generator. Yeah. But for the B2B segment, it works more on a capitation model. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, John, Sam here.
Hi, Sam.
John, how did you onboard some of these doctors? Do you interview them? Do they have to go through a filtering process? How do you get them in here?
Yeah, so we're actually quite strict with how we onboard these professionals. Just to clarify, they're all certified mental health professionals, not life coaches or anything like that. So they are all certified counselors or psychologists or psychiatrists. Right. How we go about onboarding them is quite robust. So we have a full application process, after which for those who are shortlisted, they actually have an interview process. We also do a 360 on them before we actually onboard them. Once they're onboarded, they actually go through a training process to know how to do digital. So unfortunately, in the space of mental health, although they are very good at what they do clinically, digital is not something that's embedded in their practicum or their academics. So we do train them for, simple things like cybersecurity, how to hold space digitally, and things like that. So that's how we normally do it.
Thanks, Joan.
No problem.
Hi, Joan. Sorry,
Good.
Who's that? Fazil, is it you?
No, it's Yoann. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Sorry, Yoann.
Okay.
Yeah, June, two questions. Has your solution been deployed in Malaysia?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So my next question is, how do you see yourself against your competitors? Because I think there are a few apps out there in relation to mental health solutions.
Yep. Happy to share, Ili. So I think maybe I can take a step back and share the landscape a little bit. Our most direct peer is actually Talkspace, that's based in New York. So this company was founded in 2012, and they've since raised, more than 100 million and is preparing for an IPO in the next 6 months. We are the closest in terms of the model because they are truly focused on mental health only. Locally, I think the closest peer would be digital therapeutics company called Naluri. So their goal is to help individuals live healthier lives by improving population health issues such as diabetes, cardiac diseases, etc. Mental health is actually one of their services. So the biggest difference is actually breadth versus depth. We believe that so I'm not sure if you're aware, but there are actually more than 350 different categories for mental afflictions in and of itself. So for us, we want to be, the end-to-end solutions provider for everything to do with mental health. And I think what you'll find is that this, breadth versus depth, where we focus on depth, you'll find that very much reflected in the user experience and the digital design. If you join Thoughful Chat, it's a very easy, very simple model that does not overwhelm you with, 5 different professionals jumping in on you. Yeah.
All right, so I think we've hit the 3-minute mark.
Okay.
Actually,
I
there
just
was a
got one question.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
One question. The first one has been answered. The second one would be, what about you answer to your market, but you have the first client, how many clients you got right now? The first
I'm sorry, you broke up. What was your first question, Yoann?
My first question has been answered about the competitors, but
Okay.
the second one is regarding the clients and the revenue you got so far.
Sure. So I think we are in a very lucky position. Again, this is a very black swan event, I believe, and it has been a boon for digital health. So we actually closed our first corporate client even before the app was live in May. And since then, that pilot has turned into a multi-year engagement. I think one of our biggest go-to-market strategies is actually through our other business that started 2 years ago called Thoughful Education. And so that is actually our consulting arm where we go in, work and partner with companies to analyze and design and implement end-to-end mental health or wellness programs for them. So in essence, we actually get paid to activate and deploy our app for these companies. So it's worked out quite well. Obviously, it wasn't the intention in the beginning, but it's kind of turned out into that. So it's been quite good. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Actually, there was a question from the audience asking about the difference between Thoughful and Naluri, but I think Joann has already addressed that.
Yeah.
So so I think that's the end of the Q&A session and also marks the end of the pitching competition. So typically this is where I ask for a round of applause for our participants and judges, but given the virtual setting, I'll settle for a simple job well done. And thanks so much for what was an inspiring half an hour session. So next up on the agenda, I'd like to invite the judges to a WhatsApp group for further deliberation. And a warm note to the judges as well. Before you leave for the meeting, do remember to mute yourselves. Yep. So for the rest of the audience, what's next on the agenda is a fireside chat titled "Could you scale up from Labuan?" So here on our panel today is Ms. Farah Jafar Crosby, the CEO of Labuan IBFC Incorporated, and Mr. Rizwan Aziz, the CEO of CS Tech Solutions. For our panelists, do unmute yourself and turn on your camera for the session. All right, so I think maybe just to start off the session, Ms. Farah, would you like to share us your thoughts about the topic?
The topics, hi everyone, it's a pleasure to meet everyone here and thank you Karen and Leanne for the opportunity. Thank you, Rizwan, for agreeing to this chat. And before we go into it, I just wanted to say it's been fantastic to listen to all the pitches. Fantastic to hear such amazing things that women are doing for other women. So like that maternity testing, the financial inclusion piece, it's all great. And good luck to everyone while the judges do their crunching. Rizwan, I think how we're going to go ahead with this is maybe we can talk a little bit. I can ask you a few questions about Labuan, or you can ask me a few questions if you wanted to know a little bit. Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Rizwan. Swen, I think we might have a problem with Rizwan's mic.
All right. Rizwan, you're a bit... Hold on, let me just check with the team. Rizwan, can you double?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Is your video on?
Yes, I can see you guys. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So thank you for having me as part of this program. Fantastic presentation by all the companies and very insightful question from all the judges. Farah, thank you for spending your Saturday. I know it is Saturday. Where I am, this is still not Saturday, although I am in Malaysia. I'm still in my office. No, I'm joking. What I want to ask Farah, because I think Labuan has been really not in the attention of many. I know there are some companies who are, they know about Labuan, they probably heard about Labuan, but connecting Labuan and Fintech and how they can leverage on Labuan, that's very interesting topic to me in terms of how today our audience and everybody's here to understand. And before we go into that, just to ask you, because you are the person who live and breathe Labuan for the last, you are born for Labuan, I know that, Farah. But how has Labuan, especially in your role, been the last 6 months? Because this is really something different. And how are you guys coping in terms of the growth, the challenges and opportunities that you see, and what's the plan going forward? Yeah.
Thanks, Rizwan. So yeah, I think the thing about Labuan is that it's not just fintech centric, it's digital centric. So we embrace everything digital. It can be fintech, it can be anything that's DLT related. The last 6 months has been excruciatingly demanding. So because we've had the COVID situation, we've had challenges there, we've had to ensure that it's business as usual as possible in Labuan for all our players. So, including the digital guys. But we've seen growth. We've seen tremendous growth in Labuan. On the conventional side, so we've got new insurance licenses, new banking licenses, new companies, but also the digital side. So today, we have about 50 digital license holders. And it keeps growing at this kind of a click. Really, growth is there because the market understands that there is an opportunity to be part of a center that embraces the ethos of digital. So number one, right, it's not jurisdictionally confined. When you're in Labuan, you don't have to necessarily focus only on the Malaysian market. It can be any market, right? First. Secondly, it is well regulated, okay? Thirdly, and fundamentally, the ethos is that we accept that digital is nothing new in the greater scheme of things. The ethos is that digital is a new way of doing business. And if nothing else, COVID has shown us that, right? Because it's a new way of doing business and because we're a wholesale intermediation center, that's jurisdictionally agnostic, currency agnostic. What we can do is to have players come into us and tell us, look, listen, this is our business plan and this is the digital element in it. Which of your licenses can we use? So we have had tremendous growth in everything from securities exchange licenses. So we, for example, and this is a really bespoke license where you are able to set up your own exchange with as an own listing venue. So recently we had the first one launched last year, which is Fusang Exchange. And then recently we licensed the Gibraltar Stock Exchange. So the Gibraltar Stock Exchange is already in existence in Gibraltar, but chose Labuan to actually spearhead its Asian expansion, right? And also we have crypto exchanges. And we use the money broking license because we accept that crypto as a form of storage of value is equivalent to fiat, right? The question is society, is the existing legacy infrastructure, are they willing to accept that, right? But for as long as the check and balances within the business unit and within the business operations can accommodate that and the regulators are comfortable with that, we will license entities like this. So, you know, our approach is very much non-sandbox. Our approach is very much pick and mix in the sense that you can develop a solution. So we've got, for example, exchanges that use our money broking license as a trading platform, our payment gateway approval, right? And our credit token license to issue their own tokens. So with those three elements, what you have is a full-fledged startup exchange, you know, for the digital space. So we've seen a lot of growth. Your question with regards to challenges is what I'd like to talk about. And so, of course, the perennial banking issue is there, have no doubt. And if anything, actually, COVID has made it worse because everyone is so much more risk averse than they used to due to the basic, you know, uncertainty in the situation. Yep. So challenges is that, number one, for sure. Second thing, also, we believe that in a lot of the startups and the ones that we've spoken to is that they've had a withdrawal of funding. So normally what happens is that when they come to us, they've already started, there's already the POC, you know, they've moved from their angel and they want to scale up, right? So for example, Igloo, that was Azinan, that is now Series A in Singapore, is a licensed insurtech in Labuan, right? They're doing a lot of financial inclusion work everywhere, and they're a great bunch of people. But the point is, they managed and they came to Labuan already at a certain scale. Now the issue is in the pipeline. You know, because the pipeline is a little bit, there's a kink in the pipeline, as it were. So what has happened is that there is a slowdown in these companies, these beautiful companies with great POCs that really have a use case. You know, there's a kink in that pipeline. So, you know, I hope I hope that kink resolves itself. I hope there is funding because, you know, in order to come to Labuan, you have to already have a particular size, as it were. So it could be, for all intents and purposes, the winner today, after they get their angels, more angels come in and their VCs come to Labuan to actually scale up their operations.
Fantastic, thank you, Farah. I think that's clear in terms of the value proposition that Labuan has and the suitability and the readiness of certain size and maturity that whatever company, especially those who are embracing digitalization, to think about Labuan. But just to be a little bit more, I mean, deep in terms of, is there any particular avenue for a less mature company to use Labuan? I mean, I know that you mentioned that it is preferable that you have POC ready or at least MVP and all those stuff. But for companies that probably are in between, maybe they just pass the seed and then trying to prove themselves. And you know now, because if you don't scale fast, you will not be able to have a clear path to profitability. So just share with us, is there any room for less mature but company that probably have created an MVP that could think or use Labuan as a ground for them to then scale faster?
No, absolutely. I think there is a kind of a romantic relationship between international financial centers and the philosophy of digital, right? And this is something I tell everyone I meet. We were brought into this space kicking and screaming. We were not comfortable dealing with my most favorite space now, which is you guys, because it's something that's unknown to us. You know, I've been called the woman from the legacy side, as it were, like almost the dark side, you know. But I think this is the thing. There's a natural romantic relationship between the two. There's a symbiotic relationship between the two, because the philosophy is a very open philosophy, first. Secondly, however, there is a perennial issue, and the issue is this. The guys doing the tech, the guys doing the DLT and using the blockchain and using the apps, the interface, whatever, the programmers, you know, the technicians, as it were, they are not corporate technicians. So they don't understand that actually you can, instead of a box standard domestic company, set up a Labuan company, right? That immediately will allow foreign ownership, currency neutrality, ease of exchange of shares, so that you can then start divvying up equity for cash, you know, for input, for drawdown. It is about understanding how you can use Labuan as a corporate player, not necessarily a digital player, okay? So what I discussed earlier was very much about, oh, we have licenses that you can use. And yes, you're right, you have to have a certain level of maturity in order to appreciate what that actually means. But even before that, what you can do as a digital player and jurisdictionally agnostic, okay, is the fact that you can set up a box standard Labuan company. Right? Nothing fancy, just a box standard Labuan company, which will be able to not only give you a tax advantage, will be able to give you flexibility in equity splitting, shareholding, stuff like that, okay? We also have had people come in and set up a fund, a private fund in Labuan, right? Where, you know, instead of going direct to the VC, there is also another element, another layer of some management. Right, so basically a digital fund manager, where the mandate is based on creating sustainable digital graduates, as it were. But you know, you're using a Labuan fund, for example, right? You can also instead of use a partnership. So in Labuan we have partnerships. So instead of setting up a fund, you could have a limited liability partnership with a general partner. These are actually very box standard corporate structures. Box standard. There is nothing stopping anybody in the digital space using these structures. The only thing that is stopping usage is awareness. And I guess this is where, you know, we come in to try and get everyone to understand and appreciate Labuan a bit more.
Fantastic. I mean, that's exactly the purpose why you and I are having a chat, because I think it's a bit of a lack of awareness about how Labuan actually can play, in my opinion, a very significant role in having an early corporate strategy, even for a startup. And having said that, yeah.
Sorry, I just want to add one other point, right? So the first time I went to a conference in this space was Token 2049. And the number of guys out of Hong Kong are all licensed, are all registered their companies in the Seychelles, okay? So the issue here is this, right? When you start using offshore centers like Seychelles and stuff like that, there isn't that reputational plus to it. So when you want to scale up, the VC guys are going, or PE guys are going to come in and cut you off at least 30%. Right? So you've got to think a little bit long term as you are developing your POC. Yes, you know, the programming, the tech and everything, that's great. But really at the end of the day, right? Apple is not going to be Apple if they didn't have a whole slew of corporate advisors talking to them, right? It's only sustainable when it makes money, and it makes money because there's planning in the corporate structure.
Precisely. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm very eager to share, because now let's get a little bit deeper in terms of when you start a company, the company may be originating from Malaysia.
Yes.
The company may be trying to scale from Malaysia, whether they are originally from Malaysia or they are just passing through Malaysia, where they have the client facing maybe in Hong Kong, Singapore, or anywhere in the world, but the back office and the middle office is based in Malaysia. Because if I have a company, logically Malaysia should be the back office because of its low cost neutrality. So share with us, how could these three different situations take advantage of, or can use Labuan, as you said just now? Because if, let's say, I'm just passing through, I have somewhere else that is using, say, Singapore, Hong Kong as customer facing, how could Labuan play a role? And plus the other two as well, in terms of scaling up, or even you are originating from Malaysia?
Sure. So I'll take the Malaysia one last, because I think that will probably be a bit more interesting. Let me explain to you the pass-through, as you call it. For example, the guys that ran the tech for the Malta exchange, which was deemed the first digital exchange, did it via Labuan company, the two Aussie boys. They did it via Labuan company, and that's completely pass-through, okay?
Yep. Yep.
So it was a Labuan company to Australians, set up New Dawn, I think they're called, and JV with the Malta exchange. They serviced them in the sense that they provided the tech behind the platform, and that was done via Labuan company. So two Aussies, one Labuan company, Malta exchange. So that's complete pass-through, okay? Now, the other explanation is, let's say your markets are in Singapore, Hong Kong, wherever, ASEAN-wide, and you're dealing with in whatever business, whatever application, as it were. A classic example is Igloo, ASEAN, right? So they are all over. They're in Philippines, they're in Thailand. The last time I spoke to Wei, he was doing something in, I don't know, Papua New Guinea or something like that. That is a Labuan licensed insurtech. HQ, Singapore. Operations everywhere in Asia. Okay? That is the second real case study. Now, the third, as a Malaysian, now, there is no restriction for a Malaysian, i.e. passport holder, resident, to open a Labuan company. Okay, a lot of people think there is, but there isn't. I mean, Labuan was first set up to benefit Malaysians leaving Malaysia. Okay, yep. So there's no restriction. The restriction that comes in is when you start trying to sell your products to what we call non-qualified investors in Malaysia. That is where we will come to you. In your business plan, you will have to then go to the Securities Commission or Negara and get their approval to enter the Malaysian market, as it were, for non-qualified, what is deemed in the financial world, wholesale or large investors, right? So there is nothing stopping a Malaysian programmer, a Malaysian technician, I grapple at what they call themselves, but a developer, from using a Malaysian company to not only market and develop and grow themselves regionally, but also in Malaysia. And the caveat is that you cannot sell to Malaysian domestic retail users. Then you have to go to the jurisdictional competent authority, which is either the SEC of Malaysia or Negara.
Yes, that's true. So basically, based on the profile of the company, the 9 companies today, there's a lot of opportunities for them to really have a deeper chat with Labuan IVFC, especially with yourself, to understand how it could help them either fundraising or scale themselves through Labuan, and explore a better structure in terms of managing costs, especially in multi-currency situation. Yeah, because based on my little experience running a multi-currency business, you would have to pay a lot of money if you have a FCA onshore in Malaysia, compared to if you set it up based on what you said just now, as long as you are not dealing on a C2C basis and dealing in ringgit as well for your business. So it's pretty clear that there is actually quite an advantage in terms of how Labuan could be a useful platform for companies, be it digital, be it fintech, or even if you're brick and mortar, in terms of using Labuan as a place for you to scale your business, particularly in terms of using it as part of your corporate strategy. I think that's the part where a lot of companies are probably not aware of, especially at the beginning of the business, and they were thinking more about focusing on the technology, the feature of their product, and yet they should already have been thinking about how to scale, and this is where I think Labuan could play a very significant role for them in helping to chart their path to profitability. I would love to hear or get questions from people who attend, even the companies. Suan, how much more time do we have?
So we have about 3 more minutes.
3 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe you can just wrap up with concluding remarks. Then after that.
Okay, all right. I thought we have 30 more minutes. So sorry,
oh dear.
Sorry, Farah. Oh, there's a question from
the audience.
Let me just check.
No worries. I guess we have a bit of a time for 1 or 2 questions. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. I think the question just now was about the tension between China and US and how that if there's I think that question was alluding to prior to COVID. I think Labuan was very aggressive in terms of marketing in China, having a lot of company coming from China. I think one of the bank actually was given somewhat like a digital platform capabilities. So just share with us what is the strategy in terms of managing that particular tension between those 2 named countries just now, if there is any concern as far as Labuan is concerned. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think there should be any concern, but just addressing that question. Yeah.
Well, you're absolutely right. My biggest concern is when I can go and buy everyone in China another meal, because that's fundamental in doing business in China. And yes, I do miss all our Chinese peers and counterparts. I think the trade tension issue is hugely political. I think on the ground, it's business as usual. People want to trade, people want to make money, people understand the value of each other, what both parties bring to the table. We have not seen necessarily a huge slowdown from China. The problem, my personal problem, is that I'm unable to really market develop new areas in China. So it's more, just working existing flows, but nothing new in that sense. I think it's overrated. I wanted to go back, if I may, a little bit about the potential. So there's another thing that I actually had wanted to talk to you about, Rizwan, but because you've been so busy.
I'm not busy, you are.
Yes, you are. I'm the one, anyway, so let's not go there. Do you know that all fintechs and all digital players have a problem with insurance? Because people don't understand the risk. I mean, when I say people, the underwriters, the reinsurers, the insurers. And what they tend to do is bulk it together with cyber. And you and I both know that cyber's got nothing to do with digital, right? And one of the things I think the fintech associations across Asia could look at is our protected cell company structure, where the fintech, for example, the protected cell at the core, so the Malaysian Fintech Association could set up a protected cell company and then become your own self-insurance vehicle and provide your members, or whoever would like to come in, a really cheap, basic risk management insurance cover. And again, I go back to the issue of value upon exit.
Yep.
Right? In that huge corporate flow, what you want is to be able to show when you exit or when you capital raise that you have thought about risk. And yet risk is so expensive, especially in this day and age. It's such a hard market. And really all the startups want is something basic.
Yeah.
Collectively, as a community, and I feel the digital fintech community is so open, I love it. You're able, and that's important because when you're starting to look at risk, you need that openness in order to be able to assess industry-wide risk. I think it's a great opportunity to allow, to really push and give Malaysian fintech companies or digital companies that comfort. So that's another way we're happy to work with the Fintech Association or anybody out there looking to try and cover this space.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, this is very interesting in terms of creating that awareness that we have a jam here in Labuan, as well as what we have onshore, given and now developed by all the regulators and all the key stakeholders, and made it possible for the mushrooming of a lot of fintech companies. So what I'm going to conclude is, what we're going to do is, we need to be able to do an effective storytelling, because that's what Singapore and Hong Kong is good at. And the concern that people have with the uncertainty, especially political uncertainty in Hong Kong, and this is probably an opportunity for us to push forward the story that Malaysia has, which is the onshore plus the midshore plus the Islamic market as well, that it creates Malaysia and provide an opportunity, an abundance of opportunity for many type of businesses, especially digital businesses. So I would love if all participants today or anybody who wants to know more to get in touch with myself, with Farah, and as well as with SLT, and explore this opportunity, because there's a lot of it. And I think it is very fortunate of us to spend our Saturday and get to know this kind of opportunity and knowledge. And thank you, Farah, for your time talking with me. I know that I always talk nonsense with you, but thank you for today. Addressing all the questions that I asked you. And thank you, Yoann, for having both of us during this chat. And thank you, everybody, for listening in. Thank you very much.
So can I just say one thing, Rizwan?
Yes.
There's a lot that can come out from nonsense. So
of course.
Thank you, everyone.
All
Thank
right.
you for your time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Farah. Thank you, Rizwan. I'll just stay on the room because I think we are going to, the next agenda on this list is actually just taking a picture. So actually, I would like to get everyone in the Zoom call to turn on their cameras. So we're going to do that conventional, like few screens kind of picture. So then it'll be pretty cool. All right, so Helena, so I think in terms, we'll get everyone to turn on their camera. Just let me know when everyone's ready to take the picture.
Sure. Also with the judges.
Yep.
Do we have all our judges?
Yoann, Fazil.
I think we're missing Sam.
Okay, let's take a photo first.
Okay. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Everybody smile bright. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Smile bright.
Oh my God. Okay, thank you.
Good, got it. Okay. Yep.
pass back the floor to you, Yoann.
All right, thank you, Helena. All right, so thank you so much. It's been a very exciting session. So now we're moving back to the moment that everyone's waiting for. I'll pass the floor to Leanne to announce. Sorry, before we're moving to that, I think we'll just give a slot to each of the judges to kind of share their thoughts and concluding remarks. First, I think we'll have JB from Gobi Partners to share his thoughts.
Hello, hi. To put it the shortest possible moment. You've done very well. All of you have done very well. Of course, his scores would be different one to another. But after discussion, we found out that the top three has a very close score among themselves. So well done, well done.
All right, thank you, JB. Next, we'll have Sam from pitchIN.
Next one. Sam has to go. We have to pick another judge. Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll have Illahi from Women Fintech Advocator Malaysia.
I had an enjoyable time listening to all presentations today. It's has been really and it is a good experience for me, and I guess to all of you again. And I hope that this will be like a good launch pad to everyone who are still new, who has just like deployed the solution here, and of course for anyone who is like a bit seasoned here to grow further more with your business solutions. Yeah, thank you. Nice meeting all of you today.
Nice meeting you too. Fazil from C27.
Hi. Yes. I'm a personal participant in startups. A few years ago, founded different startups. I've also mentored a lot of different accelerators as well. I just want to say that I'm really impressed with the standard of startups in this competition. I think you guys will do well in any startup competition, and not just a female only competition. I just want to be very clear that you guys would meet. I think you guys have a lot of caliber, and you meet a very high standard in any competition. I'm also very happy that no one's a normal e-commerce company in this competition. I think a lot of startups, when e-commerce companies come in and claim themselves to be tech companies, it just irritates me to the bone. So I'm really happy that there is none of that today. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, thank you, Fazil. So last but not least, Yoann from Le French Tech.
All right, thanks very much. It was a very good session. I really enjoyed it. I learned many things actually, and as mentioned by Fazil, it was very good quality session you guys have done. Continue. This is a great journey. This is just the beginning for you, and I see a lot of potential for all of you, frankly speaking. So please continue. Do not give up, and this is very important what you are doing. Congratulations to all.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone, the participants, judges, Farah and Rizwan for the enlightening fireside chat. So I'll pass the floor to Leanne to announce the winner.
Thank you. And, as the judges had just said, it was a really difficult decision. Getting our top three, we were not completely unified. There's a lot of discussions around that. I think everybody really deserves and should be so proud of how much that they've accomplished. So I'm just going to go straight into it and announce the third place winner. If I call your name, please unmute yourself, and we'd like you to say a few words, okay? So in third place, we have Fuad.
Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, so it's such an honor to be with all these impressive women in business. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thanks, Nadia. Okay, now we are second place. We have JFI.
Yay.
Wow. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And, I didn't expect this. Thank you.
Okay, so the next, we're going to announce our first place, who will be representing Malaysia in the global finals. So in our first place, I feel nervous. Okay, we have ERTH. Congratulations!
Thank you so much. This is really, I'm speechless now. Wow, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you, James. Thank you everyone here. I'm so surprised, and really you took my breath away.
Save the world.
Yeah, inshallah.
Make Malaysia proud.
Yeah, I will try to do my best to make Malaysia proud, and this is a great opportunity to join this global event. This is something that can join and oh my God. This is really a surprise for me. Yeah, actually, I ask you, all of you, to join this movement. It's a global issue. We have to contribute to it, and we have to try our best to save our planet, because we have only one planet, Earth. So if you have, all of you, if you have e-waste at home or office, please earth it. That's it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
So that concludes our event. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you guys at the global
everyone.
event.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Karen. Thanks,
Thank you.
Yoann. Thank you, judges.
Thank you. Congrats to everybody. Bye-bye.
Congratulations. Bye.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great weekend. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us.